my animal is the African fish eagle. So the African fish eagle, as it says in its name, is located in sub-Saharan Africa, and its primary food is fish, ranging from tigerfish, lungfish, catfish, anything it can find in the lakes and rivers of sub-Saharan Africa. So a big problem facing my eagle right now is the increase on human impact on its environment, specifically with the creation of dams and reservoirs on the rivers and lakes of sub-Saharan Africa. What the creation of these dams do is in the construction of these dams, it destroys the surrounding environment, releases contaminants into the water, scares away fish populations, and just destroys the areas where African fish eagles nest, which is along the water. When the dam has been created, the reservoir will flood a valley, which does the exact same thing. It just destroys the environment, it harms the ecosystem. And what the actual dam does is it can halt fish migration, because fish often don't use the fish ladders that are provided for them, if there are fish ladders provided for them, which means that the food needed for survival of the African fish eagle can't be accessed. So one thing that helps the eagle maintain its homeostasis and actually keep its population alive is its crop, which is a muscular pouch above its stomach, in between the esophagus and the stomach, where up to 2 pounds of food can be stored and softened for later consumption. And the African fish eagle can only eat and digest a half a pound of food a day, and it can only hunt every 1 or 2 days, or even more than that, every 3 or 4 days, depending on how much food they have access to. So being able to catch a fish that's up to 2 pounds or more than 2 pounds, eat the majority of it, and store at least 2 pounds in its crop allows it to survive and not need to hunt as much, which lets it save energy and reduces the danger to it from either humans or from predators such as the Nile monitor, the baboon, or even the tigerfish, which is known to jump out of the water and eat small birds and even the eagles. So my 2 graphs here, which you might not be able to see, show the growth of dams, the creation of dams, which is pretty much exponential in the last 30 years, and the current biggest threats and causes of death for all raptors in sub-Saharan Africa, which is habitat loss and environmental contaminants, both of which are human impacts. So their environment is threatened. The dams are built, their nesting areas are destroyed, their food can't reach where they need to be to eat them, and the crop just allows them to survive. So, wait, how much time am I at?
You're at 3 minutes.
Okay. So, once again, right, the crop, muscular pouch, what happens in the crop is the digestive enzymes from the mouth and from the saliva and from the esophagus, they really break down the food. They break down the different molecules like the sugars, the carbs, and they prepare the food for more successful absorption. When it does make it to the stomach, it is more nutritious for the animal and just like betters their quality of life in general, in addition to letting them hunt less and preserve more energy. One other thing that the animal does is it is a kleptoparasite, which means that it likes to steal. So it doesn't only eat fish, it steals fish. So one animal on my food web is the Goliath heron, which catches food. It's a really big bird, and it catches food, and then the eagle will fly up to it and beat its wings in its face, and then steal the food and fly off, so it doesn't have to hunt. But when the environments are destroyed, when the ecosystems are destroyed, when the actual environment is destroyed, when the fish can't reach, the heron can't hunt, which means the eagle loses another source of food. In addition to that, another source of food is baby alligators, and when the environment is destroyed, when the ecosystem is destroyed, the alligator population is damaged, and the bird doesn't have that food source. And their predators, the baboon and the Nile monitor, can't actually lose their food source of the eagle's eggs when the eagle is not producing because it's dying. So here's my conclusion diagram, which just shows the progression from a dam being built, which contributes to habitat loss, stops food migration, and just creates an overall additional food scarcity, which can lead to a population loss, which then impacts the environment around it, such as the crocodiles. The crocodile loses its habitat as well, but then the Nile monitor and the baboon loses the food source, which lowers their population as well. And the food scarcity, there's less chances to hunt, and one hunt means more because you won't be able to, there's no guarantee that you will be able to find another more food in the next few days. So a crop allows them to store food and maintain their balance of life. They need fewer hunts. They can store, they don't have to just take like a bite of fish and leave it at that. They can store the entire fish and just eat it later. And homeostasis is maintained.